All right, what is happening, people? Welcome back to the Brothers Geek Out channel. This is Fight Talk with the BMAs. I've got on a solo one today, as KO West is in Mexico enjoying his mother's 70th birthday. So happy birthday to mother, and I hope he's having a good time. But it's just me today, and we had some UFC fights. And I just wanted to kind of cover it, give you a solo perspective on what I thought, my opinions on the fights, and just my reactions, I guess. So we'll get straight into it. It'll be a quick one. But the main event was kaikarafrance versus amiralbazi. And that was a great back and forth fight. I've seen some controversy about the results. Amir won by decision. And a lot of people saying that Kaya France got robbed by the decision. It was a close fight, from my opinion, from my perspective, it was a close fight. I think round three definitely went to Amir because of the grappling. He controlled most of it, even though at the end of that round, Kai kind of turned it around, ended up on top, but I don't think it was enough to win that round. So he got round three. The rest of them, Kai France was above in regards to strikes, significant strikes, like almost double. So I don't know. Again, I'm no judge, I'm no expert, but from my perspective, it did seem like Kai had the edge going into the scorecards in regards to significant strikes and just keeping the fight on the feet as much as possible, except round three. And even though that Amir went for takedowns and whatnot, Kai had great takedown defense. There was a lot of great scrambles. And it was close. It was a back and forth fight. Again, in my opinion, I think Kai won that one, but it was close. So what can you do? I don't think it takes away anything from Kai. Amir kind of shows that he's up there on that level. I mean, of course, there's levels to this game, but he showed that he's up there. He wants to get there for the title shot or whatnot. So we'll see what happens in that. Brendan Moreno, I think he's got a fight coming up. We're gonna double check, can't remember off the top of my head, but exciting, and it was an exciting, very technical fight. Kai France is an amazing striker coming from city kickboxing. Just the feet, the footwork, the head movement, the speed of the jab straight was what I think is how he racked up those significant strikes compared to Amir. Amir then again, of course, very powerful as well, very explosive, and then shooting a lot with the takedowns. But I think it was a great back and forth fight. So yeah, no, I thought it was a great fight, very entertaining. Went the full card, full fight. And maybe because of the control, maybe because of the cage control, the shooting, and just showing that aggression is what got him there the fight. He did obviously land some significant strikes as well, and he almost got a very tight submission in round three. But outside the other rounds, there was a lot of back and forth with the grappling and cage fighting and stuff as well. So maybe that's what got him the win, the score in regards to like cage dominance and all that sort of stuff. But very close fight, very close fight. But that's just the way that went down. The fight of the night was performance of the night. Fight and that was alexcaceres versus danielpineda. That was a great fucking fight. Great fight, man. Back and forth, non-stop, scrambling on the ground, great strikes. Like just Daniel just showing that fucking heart, taking those body shots and liver kicks. And he looked so gassed, but he was just pushing the limit. He was just pushing the pace, pushing the pace. Such a great fight. Great back and forth fight. Alexcaceres, Bruce Leroy. I remember him from he's still doing the thing, man. I remember him from Ultimate Fighter back in the days. And he's just really great striker on the floor, on the ground. He's amazing sort of like scrambles, and he's got the long limbs, so those triangles and arm bars, and just using those legs, the elbows as well. But Daniel both of them just veterans, man. They're showing their intelligence in there and just pushing with great heart and whatnot. Just back and forth slugfest. That was really awesome. So great fight there. I think very entertaining fight. This was a great card, even though it was like a fight night. It was a great card. A lot of back and forth, a lot of fast-paced fights. So very fun card, man. So keep saying Alex Pereira. Casera wins by decision. The next one was lightweight Jimmiller. Freaking hell, another legend. Still freaking hell doing it. And not just doing it. He won like by knockout in the first 40 seconds. 23 seconds. Sorry, got it here. 23 seconds. It was a right hook. It was a right hook that connected just in the close range of a scramble, not scramble, but back and forth striking. It was just amazing. You know, this guy, he's still, I think he wants to be on UFC 300. I believe he fought on 100, wants to be on 200. He was on 200, now he wants to finish off in 300. I think he's got the most fights in the UFC. Has he got the most fights in the UFC? I think so. Anyway, I mean, Jim Miller, he went up against Jessebutler, who I believe was his first fight in the UFC. He's also got, you know, great experience and whatnot outside the UFC, but you know, that's what you sign up for, man. You're going up against not just the best of the best in the UFC, but you're going up against a veteran like Jim Miller, and he just put it on him in the first 23 seconds. So absolutely awesome. Congrats to him, and just adds to his legacy. Before that, we had Timelliott versus Victoraltamirano. Excuse me, you know me, I can't read, but that was a great back and forth fight. Timelliott just doing what he does as a veteran, just pushing the pace. He did make comments saying that he might not be able to push the pace as much as he used to, but still looked like he had the cardio to go. And it's just his awkward style and the non-stop pressure with the grappling and just ground and pound and just non-stop. So just great fight there. Before that, we had a women's flyweight fight, Karinesilva versus Ketlensouza. Man, Karinesilva. She won by submission, and that knee, I think she was going for like a toe hold or something, right? But the knee just popped out. It was disgusting. Even I felt that, man. She was just strong on the floor, man. She was just strong in the grappling, but it wasn't like a knee bar or anything. It was like she went for I think she went for the toe hold and it just popped the knee. It was bad. It looked bad anyway. As soon as I saw that, I was like, oh shit. So it's one of those ones, man, but great for her. Before that, you had Abubakarnurmagomedov versus wow, this is the name. Elizeudossantos, put it that way. Great. I mean, look, as you know, with Abubakar, it was going to be a wrestling heavy approach, but Dos Santos was able to kind of had great takedown defense, first of all, and just kind of keep on the standing and just kind of chop away with the legs. I mean, Abubakar started off really fast, really quick with some straight right hands and then straight into the cage fighting, like clinch, and then there was a lot of cage fighting from against the cage fighting with Abubakar. Couldn't really take him down. Dos Santos has a great takedown defense. He's a great striker, has that capoeira background, and he was able to just piece him apart. I mean, you know, he just amazing with the distance, just threw loads of kicks, and it just kind of pieced Abubakar apart. Abubakar did try to push the pace in regards to the grappling, but couldn't take him down really. It was just mostly cage fighting, so it couldn't really take him down. So yeah, great win from him. And then going on to the prelims, because this was actually a fun card. There was a lot of back and forth. You had Danielsantos versus johnnymunoz, which was another fun fight. I mean, the groin strikes in that one was horrendous. I swear it was back and forth 3 times, and that first one was disgusting. But great fights. They went back and forth. They're pushing the pace. I feel like this whole card, everyone just pushed the pace. You know, it was one of those ones, man. Just feeling tired watching it. But yeah, great back and forth fight. Daniel Santos wins by decision. Before that, another legend in the game, andreiarlovski versus Dontalemayes. Arlovski was looking good first round. You know, he's evolved, right? I mean, he's old school, man. He's old school, the ex-UFC champion, former UFC champion, sorry, heavyweight champion. Freaking hell, knockout artist from back in the days, but just still evolving, you know. His footwork is great, his movement's great, but he did get clipped. Dontale's kind of timed the jab and just came in with a right hook and finished the fight. So congrats to him. I don't think andreiarlovski is done yet, but I feel like he's got more in him. But hopefully he makes the right decision when it's the right time. Because he was coming on it wasn't a win streak, but in his last 5 fights, he won 4, right? So hopefully he makes the right decision. When he does win a fight, he makes a decision to retire. I wouldn't want to see him go off on a losing streak, as we see with a lot of legends and veterans. So anyway, that's him still doing it. What else? You had some brothers from oh man, I'm gonna fuck it up, man. I'm one of those countries in the region, man. Tajikistan, something like that. Forgive me, I apologize, but these guys really support their fighters. There was the other brother who was from the, can't remember the names, excuse me, but when he was on, you know, they had a football stadium filled with people at 4 a.m. supporting the fights, and the guy was on the prelims. Again, on the prelims, you had the country on the football stadium at 4 a.m. supporting their guys. You had the bantamweight fight was no, so let's start with the lightweight one, was with Jimmy Mulaki versus Muhammad Naimov. Again, back and forth, great back and forth fight. Jimmy was looking great with his boxing, actually, just trying to keep that range. But Muhammad was able to clip him and then finish off the fight. And just again, fast pace, very hard pace that he put on. And then he won that fight. But then after that was another bantamweight fight between John Castendra versus Muyin Gaforov. Again, forgive me with the names. You know, I can't pronounce the names at all. Can't read for shit. But anyway, them brothers again. That was a great fight. That bantamweight fight, back and forth. I mean, Muyin was just going for it, right? Gaforov was just going for it, striking, just putting everything into it. You know, he was definitely trying to get the win, but and putting on the pace. But John was able to kind of not just weather the storm. Actually, he was able to kind of roll with the punches, give them back, keep up with the pace. It was just a hard. Like both of them were just going back and forth. I think Muyev was pushing the pace, but John was keeping up with it. There was, you know, you didn't see him back down. He was nothing like that. He was keeping up with the pace, and at the end of the day, was able to secure the decision with the striking and whatnot. So another great fight. I mean, the prelim fights were pretty great. They went back and forth. It was very fun. But yeah, no, I mean, overall, just great card, just great back and forth. I really enjoyed it. Let me put the charger on before this laptop dies, man. Oh, but 1 second. There we go. Yeah, great back and forth fight. So yeah, great card. Do check it out. Very fun. Next week we got a big one. UFC 289. Hopefully K West will be back for that. He'll be back in the UK, so we will catch up with K West on that as well. But great fights. Amanda Nunes, female GOAT or GOAT in general, versus Irene Aldana. You got Charles Oliveira back, fighting the Benil Dariush. Fight got cancelled a while back, so they're gonna do that, and you know, that's going to be a great fight. Obviously, a #1 contender fight, I believe. Well, I mean, if Dariush wins, then he deserves a title shot, right? So that's going to be a fun one. Who else you got in this card? Dan Ige is fighting Nate Landra. It's going to have a good one. Who else we got? We got on the prelims. Nasruddin Amorov. Is that the guy from Tajikistan? Sorry, can't say the contract. I think it might have been him. I don't know. Anyway, he's fighting Chris Curtis. Who else we got here? Yeah, Carl Nelson. Early prelims. All right. Well, anyway, it's going to be a big card. Should be a fun one. So looking forward to that and catching up on that in general. Other than that, I mean, fight news and whatnot. I mean, normally I have K West kind of, we talk through those and stuff, but I will. There was another guy we were messaging about it this week, man. Oh, that guy. There's that Russian fighter. I think he's another Dagestani guy who's got one eye. Like, well, he doesn't have one eye. Apparently, his eye's fucked, but he can still see and whatnot. Just another beast. I believe the UFC have signed him, and he will be fighting in the Abu Dhabi card. The Abu Dhabi card, which I want to try and go to, as I'm based in Dubai. I feel it's going to be an amazing card, filled with the brothers on there. So I do want to go down there and support, but I think it'll be a fun card. Hamzat Chimaev is training in Dubai. I hope I bump into, I mean, I do bump into him in the gym. I just don't want to disturb him while he's training, because I don't want to be that guy. But hopefully I get a chance to say hello, get that picture and whatnot at least. But it's great to see that him training in the gym, and the same MMA coach. What I like about this gym, I have to appreciate the same MMA coach that's training him is the same coach that does the MMA classes. So we're getting a similar sort of training and pace and discipline and whatnot from that. So yeah, I'm gonna try and get to that Abu Dhabi card. What else is going on? Cool. You know what? I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. right? It's better to K West is normally here to help me with the news and whatnot. But other than that, I just wanted to give you my thoughts on the fights. It was a fun card. If you haven't seen them, just watch them. They're entertaining fights. On that note, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it there. So thanks everyone for watching, subscribing, liking, all the other good stuff. And we'll catch up soon. Catch you on the next one. Peace. Let's stop this. That mouse is not working. All right, peace.